A study in contrasts Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, two names that have come to symbolize the deep divisions in American politics. Their journeys to the national stage could not be more different. Their leadership styles and policy positions stand in stark contrast. This essay delves into the careers of these two influential figures, exploring their accomplishments, controversies, and lasting impacts on the American political landscape. Harris, a former prosecutor and senator, rose through the ranks of California politics. She became the first female, first black, and first Asian American vice president of the United States. Trump, a real estate mogul and reality TV star, disrupted the political establishment with his unconventional campaign and populist rhetoric. He became the 45th president, promising to make America great again. Their contrasting backgrounds and approaches to governance have shaped their respective legacies. Harris, known for her measured demeanor and focus on social justice, represents a more traditional approach to democratic politics. Trump, known for his brash style and nationalist agenda, has been a polarizing figure, both celebrated and condemned for his unconventional approach. Kamala Harris's story is one of breaking barriers and shattering glass ceilings. Born in Oakland, California, to immigrant parents from Jamaica and India, she grew up immersed in the fight for civil rights. Her parents, active participants in the civil rights movement, instilled in her a strong sense of justice and a commitment to public service. Harris's career path has been marked by a series of firsts. She became the first female district attorney of San Francisco and the first black and first Asian American attorney general of California. In these roles, she gained a reputation as a tough but fair prosecutor, advocating for criminal justice reform and championing policies aimed at reducing recidivism. Her election as vice president alongside Joe Biden in 2020 marked a historic moment for the United States. As the first woman and first person of color to hold this office, she's become a powerful symbol of progress and representation for millions of Americans. Throughout her career, Harris has been a vocal advocate for affordable healthcare, women's rights, and LGBTQ+ equality. Despite her accomplishments, Kamala Harris's tenure as California's Attorney General was not without controversy. Her record on criminal justice reform, while lauded by some, has also drawn criticism from those who argue that she was too willing to uphold the status quo. One of the most significant criticisms leveled against Harris stems from her handling of cases involving police misconduct. Critics argue that she was reluctant to prosecute police officers accused of wrongdoing, even in cases where there was strong evidence of abuse. Her supporters counter that she was bound by the law and that she worked to implement reforms aimed at improving police accountability. Another point of contention surrounds her stance on prison labor. As Attorney General, Harris opposed a ballot initiative that would have made it easier for certain non-violent offenders to be released from prison. Critics argue that her opposition to this initiative perpetuated mass incarceration, while her supporters maintained that she was focused on ensuring public safety. Donald Trump's entry into politics was a sharp departure from the traditional path to the White House. A businessman with no prior experience in elected office, he campaigned on his outsider status, promising to bring his deal-making skills to Washington and drain the swamp of corruption. Trump's business career was marked by both successes and failures. He built a real estate empire, developing luxury hotels, casinos, and golf courses around the world. However, he also filed for corporate bankruptcy multiple times, leaving investors and contractors with significant losses. Despite his lack of political experience, Trump's populist message resonated with a segment of the American electorate who felt ignored by the political establishment. He tapped into a vein of anger and frustration, promising to bring back jobs, reduce immigration, and restore America's standing in the world. His unconventional campaign style, characterized by rallies, tweets, and attacks on his opponents, upended the norms of American politics. Section 5. Trump's tumultuous tenure, controversies, and crises. Donald Trump's presidency was one of the most tumultuous in American history, marked by a constant stream of controversies, scandals, and crises. From his first days in office, Trump's administration was plagued by chaos and infighting. His impulsive decision-making and confrontational style alienated allies and emboldened adversaries. Trump's presidency was characterized by a series of high-profile departures from his administration as aides and cabinet members resigned or were fired. His use of social media to attack his opponents, spread misinformation, and make policy pronouncements further fueled the sense of chaos and instability. Section 6. The COVID-19 pandemic, a defining challenge. The COVID-19 pandemic presented an unprecedented challenge to Donald Trump's presidency. His administration's response to the pandemic was widely criticized for its slowness, inconsistency, and downplaying of the severity of the virus. Trump initially dismissed the virus as a hoax and repeatedly contradicted the advice of public health experts. His administration struggled to provide clear guidance and adequate resources to states grappling with the pandemic. The Trump administration's handling of the pandemic has been blamed for exacerbating the spread of the virus and contributing to the high death toll in the United States. Section 7. The Capitol Riot, a Day of Infamy. The January 6th Capitol Riot, in which a mob of Trump supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol building in an attempt to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election, was a dark day in American history. The riot, fueled by Trump's baseless claims of election fraud, shook the foundations of American democracy. Trump's role in inciting the riot has been widely condemned. In the weeks leading up to January 6th, he repeatedly made false claims about the election being stolen and urged his supporters to fight like hell to overturn the results. His actions on January 6th, including his speech to supporters shortly before the riot, have been cited as evidence that he incited the violence. Section 8. Lasting legacies. Impacts on American politics. The legacies of Kamala Harris and Donald Trump will continue to shape American politics for years to come. Harris's historic vice presidency has shattered barriers and inspired a new generation of leaders. Her focus on social justice and her commitment to bipartisanship offer a potential path forward for a divided nation. Trump's presidency, on the other hand, has left a more complicated legacy. His supporters credit him with shaking up the political establishment, appointing conservative judges, and enacting policies that benefited the economy. However, his critics argue that he eroded democratic norms, fueled division, and damaged America's standing in the world. Section 9. A call for reflection, navigating complexity. The contrasting careers of Kamala Harris and Donald Trump offer a compelling lens through which to examine the complexities of American politics. Their stories highlight the ongoing struggle for equality, the enduring power of hope, and the fragility of democratic institutions. As we move forward, it is essential to engage in thoughtful reflection on the legacies of these two figures and their impact on American society. We must strive to understand the forces that propelled them to power, the challenges they faced, and the choices they made. Only then can we begin to heal the divisions that plague our nation and build a more just and equitable future for all.